Yes, everybody listen. Rinso, the new Rinso with Oleum, brings you the Amos and Andy Show. The soap that contains Solium, the sunlight ingredient, brings you a full half hour of entertainment with the Jubilaires, Jeff Alexander's orchestra and chorus, and radio's all-time favorite, Amos and Andy.
It was a red-letter day in the life of Sapphire Stevens when her husband, the Kingfish, walked briskly into their apartment one day last week and made the following startling announcement.
Honey, I've got me a job.
After he had revived Sapphire, she kissed him fondly and sent him happily on his way to his new job. Today, the Kingfish had another announcement to make.
Honey, I quit the job.
You quit the job? George, is you sure that Mr. Rockingham didn't fire you?
Fire me? After I finished the first week, Mr. Rockingham called me into his office and said, Mr. Stevens, you has been with me for 1 week, and I think you would be happier, and I'd be happier if you found another place. So I quit while everybody was happy there.
So you ain't working for Mr. Rockingham no more?
Tell you the truth, honey, the work I was doing for him interfered with my other income.
And what's that?
Unemployment insurance.
Did you get your paycheck from Mr. Rockingham when you left?
Oh, yeah, honey, got the check right here. Here it is right there. Nice piece of paper here. Look at that. Paid to the order George Stevens, sum of $25. Sign right there. Look at it. And signed it Rockingham.
Well, at least we got $25.
Where you get that we stuff now? They on there paid to order George Stevens. Don't say nothing on there about South. I say George on there, don't it?
Come on, George, give me the check.
No, honey, wait a minute, I'm going to put this check in the bank.
George, we'll put it in the bank together and make a joint checking account.
Wait a minute. Now, what is a joint checking account?
It's the kind where either one of us can write a check. But we'll have a system, George. When you write out a check, you let me know about it. And when I write one, I'll let you know about it.
Yeah, sounds all right. Now we could just get a system where the bank won't know about it. We was all set.
Come in, Amos. You're just the man I want to see.
Yeah, well, Andy, you got a look in your eye like you're getting ready to make a touch.
Me make a touch? Huh. How'd you know that?
Well, sometimes you act like it don't make no difference whether you see me or not, and then sometimes you're kind of glad to see me. But when you was real happy to see me, I know it's a touch.
Yeah, I gotta hold down my feelings when my friends walk in here.
Yeah, well, let's have it. What's on your mind?
Well, Amos, there's a fellow that owns a restaurant in town that I borrowed some money from, and I gotta pay him back.
Yeah, well, Andy, I ain't got no cash, lend you. I can't you get it someplace else?
Well, the Kingfish owed me some money, but you can't get blood out of a tulip.
No.
Tell me this, if you ain't got the cash, has you got something else that I could use to raise the money?
Well, let me see here. Let me look in my pocketbook.
Oh, that's the stuff. I knowed you'd come through.
Yeah, here's something here that I'm going to give you that's as good as cash. The man that give it to me, and he's an honest fella, too, told me that it's just like having money. So, Andy, I was going to give it to you.
That's the boy, son. I knowed I could depend on you.
Here it is, worth $25.
What's this?
This is the IOU that you give me back in 1937.
My own IOU. That ain't worth the paper it's writ on.
Yeah, I figured that when you give it to me.
Wait a minute. Come in, Kingfish.
Yeah, well, what's going on here? Just the usual thing about money. Oh, money, huh? Well, boy, see shares on this bank book here. I was happy to tell you that your friend here, the Kingfish, is one of the financiers of the community. Yeah, well, there's your man, Andy. So long.
So long. Hey, what's the bank book, Kingfish?
Well, there it is right there, joint account. Me and the wife was 50-50 in joint, and here's my checkbook. Look at there, $25 in the bank. In there solid. Ha, ha, ha. I loaded, boy, I loaded.
Listen, Kingfish, you was owed me $25 that you borrowed 10 years ago, and I want my money.
Well, now, wait a minute, Andy. When I borrowed the $25, I borrowed at 10% interest, didn't it?
Yeah?
Yeah, well, 10% interest is $25, $2.50. Plus 10 years, that amounts exactly $25. So you see, Andy, the interest on that up to principal and put it in public domain, you ain't got nothing there.
No fool.
Come to think of it, Andy, you better call off the whole thing before you get in here deeper, you know.
Wait a minute now, wait a minute. I ain't interested in no interest. You promised to pay me when you got the money. You ain't done it.
Yeah, well, you ain't gonna get it.
Now, put up your dukes. One of us is going to get $25 beat out of him right now.
Not so fast.
I'm serious. I'm going to pop you right in the nose. Give me that money.
Oh, wait a minute. All right. Now, don't do that now. Wait a minute. I'll give it to you.
All right, write it out now for me on a check, or I'm going to pop you.
All right, take them knuckles from under my nose there, will you?
Hurry up.
Well, I'm writing it in, huh?
$25, and sign it just like it's on that bank book.
All right, wait a minute, Joe. There you is.
Okay. Now, shake hands. We're friends again. And I'm going to the bank. Let me go in the back room here and get my overcoat.
Yeah, go on there. Well, that was the shortest checking account that bank ever seen, I know that. Hello?
George, this is Sapphire.
Oh, hello, honey.
Darling, I just called to tell you that I seen a special big sale on dresses where I could get an $85 dress marked down to $25.
Well, now, wait a minute, honey.
George, dear, I just wrote out a check for $25 and bought the dress. I just wanted you to know so you wouldn't write no check. Goodbye.
Goodbye is right, yeah. Oh, me, what is I going to do now? I got to stop Andy from cashing that check. I know. I'll tell him it's a bank holiday. Let me think what holiday I can tell him it is. Let me see.
Say, Kingfish.
By the way, Brother Andy, happy Ponce Day to you.
Yeah, same deal. Wait a minute. Happy what day you say?
Today is Ponce Day, Andy, and I hope you have many more of them. It's a national federal holiday in honor of one of the greatest men in history, Old Ponce. Yeah, he was a great fellow, all right. Done a lot for this country.
Well, this is the first I hear about it. Well, happy Ponce Day to you, too, Kingfish.
Yeah, thank you.
When I get back from the bank, we'll celebrate.
The bank?
Yeah.
The bank is closed on Ponce Day, my boy.
The bank is closed today, huh?
Yeah, and your ignorance is refreshing. You see, when Ponce de Leon come over here to discover some things, he was broke. So he just resigned, you see, from the Spanish Navy.
Oh, a veteran, huh?
Yeah, that's right. So, being a veteran, he wanted a GI loan. You see, that's what he wants, yeah.
Well, I don't blame him. What about it?
Well, the natural thing, he called Queen Isabella long distance to Spain to get him home.
I thought Columbus was the one that done that.
And how can you be as ignorant as that about history? Queen Isabella gives Columbus the ticket to come over here.
Well, what's that got to do with Ponce de Leon?
Well, he was asking for Columbus' return trip ticket. You see, he won't get back on it.
Tell me this. What was that queen running? Travel Bureau?
Well, now, that's the first time you don't say something that showed me you know something about history. She gives tickets to Columbus, Daniel Boone, Buffalo Bill, Admiral Byrd, and all them people, you know.
Jonah?
Yeah.
Is that why the banks is closed today?
Yeah, and today is the birthday of old Ponce de Leon.
Yeah, well, I'll cash the check tomorrow.
Well, they close tomorrow, too.
You mean it's a 2-day holiday?
Yeah, you see, Ponce de Leon was born on the international date line, so they had to celebrate on the 11th and 12th, both sides of the line.
Yeah, well, I'll cash the check on the 13th.
That's a bank holiday, too, Andy.
What holiday is that?
The day after Lincoln's birthday, that's what that is, yeah.
Yeah, but how come that's a holiday?
Well, now, that was Lincoln's own idea himself. You know what a nice fellow he was. Well, he didn't want to take the edge off Ponce de Leon's birthday. Besides, Andy, it's unlucky to cash the check on the 13th, especially that check you got there.
Okay, I'll cash it on the 14th then.
Tough luck again, Brother Andy. Valentine's Day.
Kingfish, it looked like to me that you don't want me to cash this check.
Well, Andy, as long as you got me down to the end of the week here, I'm going to tell you the truth now. Look here.
Yeah.
My wife wants a dress. and I got to give her something, and I got to let her write out a check for this $25.
Well, wait a minute. Don't talk to me about no $25 for your wife.
Well, now, look here. Now, what is I going to do about my wife? I got to give her something.
Well, why don't you just go home and say to her, honey, I know you're expecting something, but the truth of the matter is...
I can't give you anything but love. Well, hello there, Shorty.
Well, I'll be doggone. Look who's... I didn't expect... Hello, Kingfish.
Shorty, the reason I was here is to ask you to do me a favor. I want you to lend me just...
Don't tell me, Kingfish. Don't tell me.
You want to guess?
No, just don't tell me.
Now, wait a minute, Shorty. What does you do with all the money you take in at the barber shop here?
Oh, I salted it away, Kingfish. I salted it away.
Yeah, well, you must have a lot of money by now.
No, but I got a lot of salt.
Yeah, well, ain't you got no bank account?
Bank account. I'm a banking man. I got an account in the Harlem Savings. I got another account in the Case National. And I got another one in the Guarantee and Preston Savings.
Yeah, which one of your banks is you got the most in?
Piggy.
Shorty, I got to have $25.
I heard you was working for a fellow by the name of Rockingham and got $25 salary.
Yeah, well, me and my wife opened up a joint account with the money, and she wrote a check for $25, and I wrote one for $25 the same day. And Shorty, I got to have some money to cover the check. Come on, lend me $25, will you?
Kingfish, where's I going to get $25?
Well, don't come to me with your problems. I got enough of my own yet. When that check goes through, I'll be $25 overdrawn. That's got me plenty worried.
Oh, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
What do you mean?
Well, Kingfish, you wrote the check on the bank, didn't you?
Yeah?
Well, let them worry.
That's the whole story, Henry, and that's why I got to have $25 to cover the check that I writ. Now, Henry, how can I get $25?
Well, why don't you sell insurance, Kingfish? There's a new insurance company that's just opened up. They're looking for salesmen.
Who is the head of the company?
He's a very wealthy man, and very prominent, too. He's a member of the horsey set.
Oh, is that right? The horses set, huh?
Yes, he's a bookie.
What is the name of the company?
Well, did you ever hear of Lloyd's of London?
Oh, yeah.
Well, these is the Floyds of Florida.
Florida. Well, tell me this. How did this crowd of bookies ever get in the insurance business?
Well, it's a strange thing. You see, they couldn't get telephone extensions to handle their horse racing business, so they opened up an insurance company.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
So why don't you sell Andy $25 worth of insurance and get him to pay you with the check that you just give him?
Hey, give me the dope on this new bookie insurance company. I'll go over and see Andy now. Brother Andy, the work bug has done bitten me so hard that I got the fever and I done going back to work again.
No fooling. Is you done gone back to work for that Mr. Rockingham?
No, Andy, I was in the insurance game now, representing one of the biggest insurance companies in the world, the Floyd of Florida. With branch offices everywhere, Hialeah, Jamaica, Santa Anita, Tropical Park, and all over the place, yeah.
You mean you was selling insurance?
Yes, and I want you to be my first consumer, Andy.
Well, what is the name of the company?
Well, you was heard of Mutual Life, ain't you?
Yeah.
Well, this is Power Mutual. It's a good company.
Well, tell me this. Is the company bonded?
Oh, yeah, bonded, 100 proof. Oh, great. Knock it right down. Well, you see, the Florida got a new idea on insurance policies, and on account of their racetrack experience, there's often a special long-shot policy.
Yeah. Well, what is this long-shot policy?
If you die before the age of 40, they pays off 8-1. That's what they do.
Yeah, but wait a minute. I don't already pass 40.
Yeah, well, then why don't you take out the one that carries you up to 80? That'll bring you right into the home stretch, you see.
I see. That kind of protects the little woman, too, don't it? Tell me this. What's this cost?
I'll let you have it. Let me see. I'll let you know in just a minute here. Let me look at my scratch sheet here just a second.
Hey, why do you keep them on that canvas thing there?
Well, instead of using a briefcase, we carry everything in a feed bag, you see what I mean?
Oh, them Floyds of Florida know what they do.
The is that you ain't got to take no physical examination.
You don't, huh?
No, you just run 6 furlongs and we clock you. That's all.
Yeah, but I don't think I could run that far.
Oh, we give you a saliva test. Don't worry about it. Now, let me see you. I don't know if the company will bet on you or not. You carry an awful lot of weight there, son. See that you got a lot of weight there.
Well, what kind of policy must I get?
Well, I would take the photo finish policy if I was you. You ain't got no running, no testing, and nothing to do.
Yeah, well, how did this photo finish policy work out?
Well, in the event that you get killed by a car, we take the photo of your finish. You see that? And that proves that the car hit you and the driver got to pay off and all that stuff there.
Well, what'll that cost me?
Well, now, the first premium on that is $100, but because you looks like an even money entry, I'll let you have it for $25.
$25?
Yeah.
I ain't got that much cash.
Well, now, tell you what, give me an idea. I'll take the check. How about the one that writ you this morning, Andy? Let me have that back.
I ain't got it.
You ain't got it?
No, you see, I owed a fellow over the rest of the $25, so I just endorsed it over to him.
Don't tell me you done that.
Done what?
Andy, I didn't want to tell you this before, but I got to tell you now. Brother Andy, we is in trouble.
We is?
Listen, Andy, here's the whole story. I worked a week for Mr. Rockingham. He gave him a paycheck and fired me. So me and Sci-Fi opened up a joint account. She beat me to the punch and wrote a check, which made a check I give you no good.
Sure enough?
Andy, we is in trouble. We can get 15 years in jail for passing bum checks, you know.
We can? You mean you can? You was the one that passed that bum check.
Yeah, but you repassed it, Andy. Yeah, in the old case of Tinkers to Evers to Chance, Evers was just as guilty as Tinkers was, you know.
Yeah, but what about Chance?
Well, that's something everybody got to take when they're messing with checks.
No, wait a minute, Sheriff. Wait just a minute. You is the one that signed that check.
Only on the front side, but on the reporting side, you signed it on the back side there, showing that you endorsed me as an honest man, which makes you guilty of perjury. Oh, I got you there.
Oh, me. I'd like to leave town, go on a vacation.
We better see our lawyer, Gabby Gibson, right away.
Rinso White and Rinso Bright. Yes, friends, Rinso gives really dazzling results. But say, don't just take my word for it. Ask a regular Rinso user.
I think Rinso's swell. I wouldn't think of using any other soap in my washer but Rinso.
Well, ma'am, you're showing mighty good judgment.
Hello there, Gabby. Say, you got to help us out.
Well, boys, I'm always going to help a friend. Always going to help a friend.
Well, Gabby, old friend, I need $25.
So long, stranger.
No, Gabby, listen, we has done passed a bad check.
That sounds mighty jaily, mighty jaily. How much was the check for?
Well, it was for $25.
Well, the penalty for passing a bad check for $25 is the same as passing a bad check for $100.
Sure enough, what you think we ought to do?
Pass another one for $75 and get your money's worth.
You know anything about defending a kid like this, Gabby?
Oh, yes, indeed. I defended a client once who passed a bad check. He lived way down in Florida, right on the coast. He loved the salt water. He didn't want to leave the salt water. I took him into court, pleaded his case, and thanks to me, he went right back to the salt water.
He did, huh?
Yeah, Alcatraz.
But serious, Gabby, what do we do?
Yeah, you see, my wife wrote a check, and I wrote a check for the same money.
Well, you got to get one of them checks back. Get one of them back.
Yeah, well, we can go over to that Greek lunchroom when we leave here and try to get the check back that I give the man over there.
Yeah, let's go over to that lunchroom and try that, Andy. And by the way, Gabby, do a thing like this go hard with you in court?
Well, I had a case like this in court once, and right in the middle of the case, I put in a writ of habeas corpus. Then the next day, I put in a writ of execution. Then the next day, I put in a writ of possession. Then the following day, I slapped on 2 more writs, and the judge bore me out.
What for?
Putting on the writ.
So, Mr. George, there's the whole story. If you'll give me back the check I give you, this fella here will work in the kitchen here at your lunchroom till it works out to $25. This is the Kingfish.
How do you do, little Kingfisher? It's for to give me great pleasure.
Yeah, it gives it to me, too, yeah.
Come with me, Sports. Take a look over the kitchen. Before I'm going to give back to Andy the check, I have to make sure you can do this job.
Oh, he can do it all right.
Yeah, I'll start to work in the morning.
We open up for breakfast 6 o'clock.
Yeah, well, I was a better lunch man than I was a breakfast man, I tell you that right now.
Say, look here. This is a pretty clean-looking kitchen.
Oh, sure, kid. I got the latest sanitary cooking equipment.
Yeah, the only thing is I don't like all these flies buzzing around in here.
All right, Sport. You point out the flies you don't like, and I'll chase them out.
Tell me this, Mr. George. What is this stuff in the pot over here?
Oh, that, kid, is one of my own special concoctions. I have in there beans, asparaguses, celery, collards, horses, radishes, beeps, and a cucumber.
Yeah? Well, that sounds good. What do you call it?
Tomato surprise.
Yeah, you must serve pretty good food here.
Good. We serve great food. Our motto is the best is none too good.
Yeah, well, that's a good motto.
Oh, I got it from the customers. That's what they all say. The best here is none too good.
Hey, boy, look at that rye bread stacked up there.
Oh, that's all I serve in this lunchroom, rye bread. And for sanitary reasons.
Sanitary reasons?
Yeah, don't show the dust.
Yeah, that's right. That's sanitary, all right.
You see the whisk broom by the swinging door?
Yeah, what's the whisk room for?
Also sanitary caution. The swinging door is where we have most of the accidentals. In case the waiter drops the steak on the floor, he can brush it off before he serves it.
Yeah, that's good. Miss George, tell me this. Does I get the job?
Yeah, and do I get the check?
Well, Keith, you can have the job only on one condition. You have for to promise me that when you're working in my kitchen, you're not going to eat any of my food.
Oh, I won't. I promise you that.
Good. I can't afford to have my help getting sick on the job.
Yeah. Well, what time you want me to start in the morning, Mr. George?
Oh, it's no reason for you to get up early, Sport. Lay in bed. Get a good sleep in the morning. Just so you're here by daybreak.
Yeah.
Well, can I have the check now?
Sure thing, kid. All right, Sport. Here's your check.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. See you in the morning.
Goodbye, Sport. See you when the dawn clock.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, boy, I was glad to get this check back.
Yeah, now we ain't in trouble.
Yeah, you see, this has done saved my life, and this means now that I ain't overdrawed at the bank.
George, how come you look so happy?
Oh, well, honey, just got out of a jam with the bank. You know that joint account that we opened up with a $25 check Miss Rockingham gave me?
Yes, and I phoned you and told you that I drawed the money out for a dress.
Yeah, well, here's what happened, honey. I wrote a check for $25 too, and I've been knocking my brains out trying to get it back so we wouldn't be overdrawn.
Well, did you get it?
Oh, yeah, honey. So we're in the clear now. Ain't no trouble with the bank at all. I'll get it. Hello? Speaking. What's that? Uh-huh. Jonah? All right. Goodbye.
What's the matter, George?
That was the bank. The check that Mr. Rockingham gave me was no good. You know, Mr. Cadell, there's a saying that the proof of the pudding's in the eating. Don't that mean, for instance, that the way to judge Rinso is by results?
Exactly, Amos.
Ladies,